Okay. We're here. We made it. 2 minutes late, but we made it. Let's see. Turn that on. Good morning, people. Welcome to my podcast and Snacks' podcast today. Extra Grumpy Snacks. What are you uh-ohing? Is it the Taco Bell lady? Hopefully Randy caught that one. I don't know if he's here already or not. Sammy's in the chat. What's up, Adam? Adam's in the chat too. Got everybody rolling in. Yeah, we're gonna get that story. We're gonna because I'm dying to hear that story. Randy kind of gave us the gist of it, but we didn't get the full effect. Okay, let's see. There we go. There, now I bet they can hear you. Speak now.
Oh, no one could hear me?
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, I take back everything I said nice about them.
Good thing you didn't say anything nice. So no, me and Snacks here, we're talking about we got to get the story behind the Taco Bell lady thing. Randy, I hope you're in here. Oh yeah. Mitchell just said in the chat, he goes, I wish I had someone on the inside at Taco Bell. Maybe this won't be bad after all. I don't know. I'm not in the best of moods this morning. Grumpy Snacks hasn't had his coffee yet, so he's extra Grumpy Snacks. My child is awake and screaming at the TV at 10 in the morning.
Well, that's just what kids do.
Dude, yeah, but he's been sleeping till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day, so...
Wait a minute, it's not Riley?
No, not this time.
Oh, then it's unacceptable. He's not. He shouldn't be yelling.
I mean, Riley, yeah, I mean, she don't stop talking long enough for you to tell her to quit yelling.
Girl talks a mile a minute.
Oh, dude, you ain't lying. So it's so funny. Like, she sat next to you at that restaurant with the... I always want to call it the In-N-Out, but it wasn't the In-N-Out. What was the name of that place?
What happened? Did I lose you?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so I said, I always want to call it the In-N-Out. What was the name of the burger place we went to? It's not the In-N-Out. What is it? I don't know why that name comes to mind.
Oh, I was drawing a blank. We went to High Point.
Yeah, High Point. That's what it is.
A High Point drive-in.
So any of you St. Louis kids familiar with the High Point drive-in? I'm trying to find this picture here.
And if you're not, they are owned by the people that own Sugar Fire, so they're all one big family.
Oh man, I forgot about that aspect of it too. Here it is, right here. So blow that up.
I can't see the podcast today because I'm not downstairs.
Well, that seems unacceptable. So let's do this. Yeah. So this place is basically right. So explain this. They're basically known for their burgers, right?
Yeah.
And what is this?
They make all kinds of crazy concoctions. I forget which one I got. You got the cowboy burger.
Yeah, and I got bacon, and I ate it with the bacon. Asshole.
I think mine was a riff off of a Big Mac. Like it was supposed to be like their take at a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Without the bread in the middle, because to be honest, that's the worst part of the Big Mac. If you're gonna get a Big Mac and you don't like bread, just get a double quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah, for real. I mean, I never really understood that concept either. But it is what it is. I guess they're adults and they can make their own decisions when it comes to how they assemble their burgers.
I mean, they can, but they're just wrong. If anybody says the Big Mac is their favorite burger at McDonald's, they're wrong. It's double quarter pounder, McDouble, quarter pounder, single Big Mac.
I mean, you're not throwing the fillet of fish in there anywhere?
I said burgers. I didn't say anything about
Okay.
fish.
Sorry. Have you had the crispy chicken sandwich?
There's no. I don't believe so.
It's not. I tell you what. Here's a good way to put it. It's just good enough that it's not bad.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like one of those like, if I ever get it and it's like just on that cusp of not good enough and it's actually bad, I'll probably never get another one. But it's always just good enough. So anyway, we got this monster of a burger here. And dude, if you're in the St. Louis area, you got to check these things out. They are insane. And then, as you can see, we got Riley's leopard on the table here. I guess you can't see that, but yeah, she had a great time eating dinner with snacks, and we got to watch a show.
Yeah. So if you ever hang out with the BP Hero family, do yourself a favor and sit next to the little one. Yeah. You'll learn a lot of things. You won't be able to say anything because she'll be talking the entire time.
She got it. Well, I mean, she got up and played with her umbrella for a little bit. She was very proud of her unicorn umbrella.
That's true.
I tell you what got you in trouble was I told her we were going to eat.
I engaged her.
Yeah. I told her that we were going to eat with you, and we're in the gift shop at the zoo. And she says, "Does he like cheetah? Does he like cheetahs and unicorn umbrellas?" And I said, "I don't know. Let me ask him." And you said, "Of course." So I mean, you were locked in. You were 100% locked in.
The other cool thing about the High Point is they have the Burger Mobile from.
Yeah.
I haven't had my coffee. I can't think straight today.
Good
What's
Burger.
the movie? Good Burger. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Good Burger car is there.
Did I take that picture for Hayden? Did I take that with his phone or my phone? I can't remember.
I think you took it with his phone.
Yeah. Lame. Let's see. So man, I wish there was a way we could get Randy in here, but I'm sure he's driving, so it'd be too much of a hassle for him to download Discord because I really want him in on this story.
He doesn't need to say anything about it.
So now that Randy's here, he's going to hold you to the truth. Tell us about the Taco Bell lady.
So I can't remember if we were going to a tournament or on our way back from a tournament, but it was me, him, Josh Tipton. I was driving. We went to the Taco Bell on Lime Ferry, so South St. Louis, and this girl was hitting on me for some reason, and I was oblivious. I wasn't paying attention to it, but Randy and Josh were picking up on what was going on, and they just started razzing me about, the Taco Bell lady wants you. I was like, what are you guys talking about? I think I started the conversation with, like, do you have the sangria blast drink that Taco Bell used to have? Because everybody raves about the Baja Blast, but the sangria one, which they no longer have, in my opinion, was far superior than the Baja Blast. But we got started in a conversation, and she's like, we don't have it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then like she said something. I can't remember what it was. Maybe Randy would be able to help with that part. But
so he just said, he goes, she wanted him so bad.
And she was a big girl.
So anytime the sangria is fitting in this story, because anytime anybody says the name, word, whatever, sangria, my mind, like, immediately in the blink of an eye defaults to Step Brothers when they're singing the song on the boat, and he just goes, "Do you in the bottom while I'm drinking sangria?" Only thing I think about. So the fact that we're talking about some chick trying to pick you up, then you bring up sangria, like, I had to mute my mic and laugh.
Well, it's funny because sangria always triggers a memory for me too, and it's Germany in '98 when I was 16 years old. We were all of us and our exchange partners were passing around a giant bottle of sangria pre-gaming before we went into this discotheque. Which coincidentally was the night I got kicked out of that discotheque because I was drinking way too much. But it was a super fantastic memory because I learned I can speak fluent German when I'm drunk, which, that sounds funny. Oh, you're just probably mumbling your words. My exchange partner and her mother confirmed to me that I can speak very good German when I'm drunk because I held the entire conversation with her mother on the way back to the house when she picked us up.
that is priceless. That is great. Guess maybe you just needed to like slurry words just enough to make it sound natural, right?
Probably that, or the whole inhibition thing. Alcohol takes away your inhibitions, and you're able to take away anything that in your mind that you don't feel comfortable doing. So,
okay, what a segue!
My hesitance of trying to speak German was gone, so I was free to do so.
So, what a segue here. We can turn this into softball for at least a little bit. So, there's always the guy that says, "I need a beer or two before I start hitting better."
Right.
Are you that guy?
No, I don't like drinking when I'm playing.
Like I don't quite understand.
I'll do it in league every now, well, especially on Tuesdays. But so like the Busch Light apples came out, and I bought a bunch of those, and we were drinking those while we we're playing.
That sounds phenomenal.
They're pretty good, to be honest. But yeah, typically I don't like drinking while I'm playing. Now, if I'm in a lot of pain, like if my knee's killing me, I may down a couple just to like take the edge off or whatever.
but you don't do it to like knock the edge off your nerves, though.
Right. No, not that. Or those people that have to, like you say, those people have to have an beverage while they're playing to perform better. Or there's guys that like to smoke.
Yeah, right. Yeah, either
the cannabis to make them play better, which I don't understand because whenever I partook in those activities, I was not able to do anything.
See,
so let alone play softball.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. Like, they say like, oh, it slows the game down for you. What is
slows me down?
Right. So, do you listen to the Pat McAfee show at all?
I have. Yeah, I haven't recently, but yeah, he's pretty funny.
He's big on what he calls it vitamins. He does vitamins. It's what he says, and like. The only thing I think is like everybody's like, oh yeah, it slows the game down for me. I was like, man, wouldn't it slow you down and not the game? Like,
right.
I don't know. I've never understood that, but I mean, I play ball with a few different people that, for whatever reason, maybe it's like an anxiety thing. I don't know. I've never. Fun fact: I've never touched a drug in my life. Not even tried them. Not vitamins. Nothing.
Well, alcohol's a drug.
I mean, I drank enough to kill a small horse at least twice. So there is that.
Yeah, I've played with a few people that have to, before a tournament or a game start, absolutely have to performance enhance, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're able to do it, and they play really, really well. Some of the best defenders I've ever played with, but I just don't get it because I've had an edible at the time they were doing that, and I was incapacitated basically.
You couldn't feel your hands and pick the bat up.
No, not at all. It was a very odd experience.
So I was playing league one night, and a guy did that. He had an edible, and like he dabbled here and there, and somebody offered him the edible. Is why he ended up taking it. He never did that and played before. And like the third, it was right before the game, and like he walks up to me in like the third inning, and like I could tell. I mean, he was out there. Like I don't know like how strong it was. I don't know if he had a low tolerance. I don't know what the deal was, but he walks up to me like shuffling his feet across the dirt, like not picking his feet up. He looks at me and he goes, "I can't feel my feet," and then just like shuffled to his position. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess my tolerance wasn't up. So I used to smoke a lot back in high schools and quit for a very, very long time up until this tournament that I'm talking about. And we had a long break in between games. We went back to somebody's house, barbecued, and someone had edibles. I was like, hey, I would like to try one of those. Tried it. Nothing was happening. Absolutely nothing. Obviously, I'm going to eat because they call me snacks for a reason. So I'm having hot dogs, broths, whatever. The moment this thing tried to kick in is the moment we had to leave to go play. And I sat there like it just like a big tidal wave washed over me. Like, I can't move. What's going on? Oh, we have to go play softball? This sounds like a terrible idea.
You're right. Suddenly. See,
right.
And that's like, I'm kind of in that same realm of like, like I can have like a couple of drinks. Like if I'm drinking and playing, just don't, like I've got to tell myself not to expect anything.
Right.
I do it to enjoy it. I do it because like there's nothing better than a cold beer on a hot day sometimes.
True.
So
Very refreshing.
yeah. So that was when I would have a few drinks, and I just had to tell myself like I'm just not going to play with the dam, but it's okay. We're just playing League. It's like anytime I've ever tried to like get a little bit of like a buzz going or anything to like knock the edge off, dude, I just can't focus. Like some people are like, oh, it helps me stay focused. Maybe I buzz too much. I don't know, but like, dude, I mean, I'm just like what's the count? How many outs? Like I've got like there's one time I asked how many outs there were 3 times and one at bat. Like I just go space case. Like I'll forget the situation I'm hitting in and do something dumb. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. I don't know. But the one thing I can tell you about any kind of drinking situation with myself is it's been almost a year and a half since I've had a drink, and I don't miss waking up feeling like shit.
Now, is this on purpose?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Brian said in the chat here. I guess you can't see the chat. Brian did say in the chat, Salisbury.
Is that the last time you had something to drink?
Oh man, it was bad news. Poor Mike Potts and his brand new truck. That's all I'm.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. It was bad news all around. It was quite the day. We had somebody sitting on a bench after the game. There was. I mean, I'm pretty certain that I took responsibility for getting at least 5 people so drunk they couldn't walk.
Oh boy.
It's just the kind of.
From what I've heard stories of Salisbury, that's kind of what is expected, right?
This was a little over the top is not even a good way to put it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Salisbury doesn't like super competitive people and super drunk people.
Oh, they liked me, but so we had one guy. Speaking of vitamins, we had our resident vitamin expert there with us, and he's sitting there consuming, and one of the kids that was so like I said, so inebriated he couldn't hardly walk. They ended up having to carry him to the truck by the end of the night. He sits down, and the resident expert hands the vitamins over to the kid, and the kid was getting like seriously so gone he was going to put the lit end in his mouth.
Oh boy.
He just says, the expert says, whoa, stopped him and just turned it in his hand and then just let him hit it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so it was bad news. I mean, we had like the little packs of fireball shots, like the little 10-pack little shooters.
Yeah.
But I was just carrying those around in my pocket and just handing them out. You hit a home run, here, have one. I mean, it was an adventure. I guess going out with a bang.
I don't have a problem with that. I like I said, I was gonna say, like, I don't have a problem with that. And if it's not affecting you, great. If it's at a fun tournament, I really don't care. But if it's at a tournament that we're supposed to be performing and doing as best as we can, then I'll probably have a problem with that.
I think we won a couple of games, if I remember correctly. I want to say we did anyway. It wasn't a very big tournament. It was actually a Sonic fundraiser is what it was. So we
fundraisers are fine.
Yeah, we had a crew. I mean, Matt Allen was there, and he was telling Brian that they were probably going to win the tournament. Their team was so good, they were probably going to win the tournament based on how they played that last game. Well, Matt didn't know that the tournament had been over for an hour and a half now.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Speaking of Matt Allen and drinking, I guess that could be the downfall of Show Me games. Because you guys had quite a bit of break, and I came back because we did too, and you guys were talking about shots. I know Dan Calcott was talking about it, Matt Allen was talking about it. I forget what kind of shot you guys were taking, but I saw little bottles of Fireball on the ground.
So those weren't, to my knowledge, those were not us. So
no, I saw them take it out of the bag.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe they did. They must have stopped somewhere. So we went to Hooters. We didn't really know where to go.
I heard the food wasn't great.
Who told you that?
I think Matt did.
I don't know what he got. That could have been part of it. Because shithead PJ got me started on this chicken strip sandwich thing. It's basically Texas toast with chicken strips coated in whatever kind of seasoning you want.
Yeah.
And this
sounds good.
This chipotle honey.
Sounds good.
Never had it before in my life. Didn't even know it was a thing. And
well.
So that was on Saturday that I tried that. Because PJ got it. He's like, oh, I'm getting this. Like he said it, I was like, damn, that kind of sounds good. I told the waitress, I was like, just give me what he got. So I got it on Saturday, and then I went back and got it on Monday with Brian because I was like, Brian, you got to come try this. And then I went back and had it and carried it out on Thursday.
Oh boy!
I was just like, damn, it was so good. I haven't been back since, but
hey, I'm glad you stepped outside of your wheelhouse, which is cheese pizza and chicken nuggets.
How did I know I opened the segue to this? Don't worry, they were chicken tenders. And I got boneless wings and an appetizer while I was there on Monday. So
boneless wings are not wings; they're nuggets.
Sorry, I got boneless nuggets while I was.
You don't need to say boneless.
I hate you. Is this podcast over yet? For someone that hasn't had their coffee, for someone that hasn't had their coffee, you sure are on your game today.
I haven't. I've been drinking it while we've been talking.
Yeah, well, don't. Let's get caught up with the chat here a little bit instead of maybe picking on me because I can see where this is going. Because what you're going to do, you're going to encourage everybody in here to start picking on me. I can already tell that's what's going to happen.
I can do that real quick.
Yeah, I know you can. Especially since we got the right crew in here. So let's see. Gio says, "What's up, Snacks and Jesse?" Gio always checking in. Let's see.
Yeah, Gio didn't invite me to 40 and up on August 20th.
What a hater, man! They were looking for players and everything.
Unbelievable.
Actually, I don't know if they were or not. I just like fueling the fire.
No, one of the dad bods is playing with him. I guess I can't play the outfield for 40 and up.
Yeah, it's
I'm being sarcastic.
Maybe. Well, would you stop talking? So. Maybe if you held yourself in a little high regard than being the worst hitter on the planet.
Hey, man.
Maybe somebody would pick you up once in a while. Well, you've been struggling for the last 10 years. In your mind. In your mind. I mean, good.
In my mind and in real life.
God, no. I will say, I legitimately felt bad for you when you came and played home runs for Heroes with us and hit just a clip above 400. And because I went back and looked, it was like I recorded every game, so I did the book once I got home. You hit just a clip over 400 on the day, but you literally didn't miss a single ball. You squared up every ball. You just couldn't not hit it at somebody that day.
Yeah.
Like those are the
someone once told me if I didn't hit it at everybody, I'd hit 900.
Dude,
that's another inside joke.
You own the patent for hitting the ball right at people. It's unreal. It's like the harder you hit it, the closer it gets to someone. It's like, here, just catch it.
Yeah, I think I've gone back and watched some of those games, and I feel the same way. I did hit the ball hard. I just was hitting it right at people.
Yeah, you hit the ball hard all day long. I remember one ball.
Or positions where I just couldn't get on base. It is what it is. I don't remember feeling as defeated then as I do about hitting now, or last couple weeks. But
sure.
At the end of Show Me games, I felt my last couple of bats, I hit the ball hard and I hit it right at people. But I mean, right to your right center fielder in my last at bat, it was hard, but right at him. So
I mean, it's a gap shot on any other Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So I felt better at the end of that tournament, and I didn't get to bat against you guys in the championship game, although I was planning on it. Until we had a mishap in the outfield. So our backup outfielder went in instead of me. So totally understood that situation. I was like, yeah, absolutely. We need to put that guy back out there. But I have a tendency, or at least Kevin will tell you, of being too nice to my friend and not getting on base. Because last time we played against you guys at NSA State, I went 1 for 4, and I got shit talked about not being able to hit against my friends.
Well, you're just considerate, that's all.
I'm considerate, right.
You definitely must have had your coffee that day. So, anyway, Brian here says, did Snacks cook anything for the podcast? Asking for, the BP Hero crew, of course.
No, but I made some delicious turkey burgers last night. Greek turkey burgers.
What exactly? So, how is it? Hang on. Stop real quick. 2 things here. 1, what origin is a cheeseburger?
Well, they say a burger was invented in, I think, Massachusetts.
Are you reaching?
No, and this is 100% true. There's a place called Lewis Lunch. Yeah, I think it's in Boston, and they are credited with coming up with the burger.
Was it an accident, kind of like the potato chip?
I think so, yeah. So they have like this machine that toasts the burger and or puts it in sideways. It's weird. This is on like any Food Network channel you can find. If you Google it, I'm sure it'll come up this way. And it was on two like sandwich style bread, like sandwich bread that we are accustomed to now.
Yeah.
And they put it on there, no ketchup, a mustard only. Cheese was added later on down the road, but yeah, that's apparently the invention of a burger.
How was the cheeseburger invented? Oh, that's way too long of a video. I'm not watching that. I was gonna pull it up for the.
But yeah, there's this place in Boston called Lewis Lunch has been credited with creating the burger.
So let's see. All right, I found a 3-minute, 25-minute video.
You don't have to watch the video.
Oh, we're watching the video.
Oh boy.
100%. So let's do this.
Anyway, if you want a healthy alternative, try these Greek burgers. These Greek seasoned burgers. It's got feta cheese, Kalamata olives, Greek spices all rolled into your burger patty of turkey. Okay. And then you grill it or bake it. I baked mine.
So you're gonna want to pull this up because I'm playing this right now. So you want to pull this up because I'm playing this video. We
tend to think of the hamburger as a quintessentially American invention.
Just tell me if I'm right.
Fast food.
I mean, I know I am, but
recent innovation. But the idea of grinding up leftover meat and forming it into a handy patty.
Like I said, the burger. I don't know about the cheeseburger, but the burger.
We can't hear.
Their version down in the shape of the Siccia omentata, a mixture of minced pork, wine, pepper, and garum, an umami-rich fish sauce ubiquitous in Roman cuisine. Each was wrapped in caul fat, the delicate, tasteless inner lining of the thorax of cows, sheep, and pigs. Ooh. This was high-end cookery, and it survived the collapse of the Roman Empire, with these proto-burgers finding their way into medieval recipe collections under various names. There were rissoles, patties, and pompies, and they could be flat or round, more like modern meatballs. They could also contain anything from fish to meat and occasionally fruit and vegetables. Variations on the theme were also found in the Middle East and beyond, some of which, such as kebabs, were brought back by travellers to join the European repertoire.
Okay.
By around 1700, the fried, flavoured mincemeat concept had become
established. This video's too long. I'm not sitting through this whole thing. Basically, Rome is where the cheeseburger was originated, sir.
No.
So, get it together.
I don't believe it.
Rome in the 1700s.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, they were even putting veggies in burgers back then, bro. That's what it said.
Okay.
Just saying what it said, man. Don't be mad at me.
Then what I'm talking about is probably the invention of the burger in the States.
Okay, now that could be. Oh yeah,
people
see, Mitchell's chiming in the chat
for years.
He says Hamburg, Hamburg, Germany.
Hamburg, Germany.
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's funny. That you can never take him serious. So like, I don't even know what to do with that. So while we're all sitting here, I think I can even do this for you. Maybe. Is that working?
I guess a burger's the only time you like bacon, right?
Dude, are you doing this right now?
This man said he prefers sausage over bacon.
We know, Snacks. We know. Why are you so mean?
I'm not mean.
So I was going to try and get this pulled up so you could watch this since you don't have this pulled up on your phone, but it's not going to work.
No.
I don't know why.
I think if I try to pull the podcast up on my phone, it will disrupt the Discord call.
No, that could be.
Let me try. Because usually I'll go downstairs and watch.
If you hang up, I'm not calling you back.
Oh. I know I can hear. I can watch. I can read the.
All right, so we're doing
I'm
webcam
the best third base
here.
coach. I agree.
We're going to unbox a box of goodies here. This is why I was late. I told you I was going to call you on Discord in 2 minutes, and it ended up being 4 minutes because the second my butt hit the chair. The doorbell rang.
I'm listening. I can see it.
Yeah. Got some throwback goodies here. First up. Oh, yeah. I should have looked this up this morning. I know. This is a 2009 Mizuno Craze. I got a really good deal on the 4 of these, and I couldn't pass it up. This one actually doesn't have any taper cracks on it.
I think Matt Roush still has one of those.
Does he really?
I had a feeling that you were going to throw the Craze into the Throwback Thursday mix.
So I still have the Craze somewhere, but I don't know. I found this in that box, so I'm going to use it and do an actual Throwback Thursday video on it. Because I don't think I've done one. Maybe I have. I'll have to look. And let's see what else. I don't even know what all was in here. I knew the guy selling them, and it was a really good deal. It's like, what the hell? Oh, yes. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, look at that. That's goodness right there. That's a Jeff Hall 122. This is the original. Made in the USA. I don't know if y'all can see that. Made in the USA. That's the OG right there, bro.
That bat was a fire stick.
Oh,
that
man.
And the one that had the red with the black in the middle.
Listen to it. Can you hear it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, she got a rattle. She's going to be fire. That's dope. Excited to swing that. Let's see what else we got in here. These Throwback Thursday videos are so much fun. Like I posted that RevX video this morning. Okay, got the Jeff Hall Titan. This is back when like the paint used to chip off them really bad. Like looks like they're like all dry rotted and nasty looking. When in reality the paint's just like flaking off of it. That's gonna be a good one too. I want to say this is the heavy one, right? Oh, the sticker's so worn out you can't even tell what it is. Got the.
Oh, is that the maroon one?
Yeah. Yeah, this is the maroon one, and then there's one more in here. I want to say it was an absolute wild
The black
card.
one was really good.
I never swung the black one. Oh, yeah. So, this is for the combat kids. Fun fact. I absolutely hate this bat. I hate it so bad. I genuinely cannot stand the Dan Smith plague. I don't know why. I may have to summon Tony to come swing this for me. The crazy thing is like the sweet spot on these bat was so big, but the barrel feedback was so soft. Like I'm a big fan of like really soft barrel feedback, but like literally you could not feel this thing doing anything. You couldn't feel.
Was that one soft? I remember that one being like extra stiff.
No.
Which one am I thinking about that was extra stiff?
The Gear Series bats were really stiff.
Yeah, not the Gear Supremacy, but the one before that, the silver one. So that had like the red things on the taper.
Silver with the red things on it. That was the Gear Supremacy.
Yeah. Was it? No.
Yeah.
The Gear Supremacy I'm talking about was like it was almost looked like a carbon fiber, like dark gray.
Yeah, so that's the Gear Supremacy Reloaded.
Oh, okay.
So the original Gear
Speaking
Supremacy,
of which, I saw one of those on eBay, and they were selling it for $400.
Dude, people are idiots, man. These people are so dumb. So that was the Gear Supremacy Reloaded. The original Gear Supremacy was silver with the red gears around the taper, and they had red gears around the taper. But before they came out with that line, those are the Gear Supremacy was arguably like as soft as the plague. You remember the virus plague?
Mm-hmm.
Like so, in theory, the only difference between those two was the gear technology of the Supremacy is going to give it a little bit of a stiffer feel. But those bats were freaking incredible. The Gear Supremacy was one of my favorite all-time combats, an absolute blast. But these were right up there for... Go ahead.
I remember which one I was thinking about. It was the white ASA gear.
Oh,
that one
gear
was... Yes, terrible.
Oh, it was absolutely horrible. Yeah, I mean, that was... Oh, I ended up hitting...
That reminded me of DeMarini's one-piece attempt.
Wait. Hold the phone. They made a one-piece bat?
You didn't know that?
What bat was it?
I can't remember the name of it at the time, but this was when I was repping them, and they came out with a one-piece for ASA.
Composite?
Yeah.
Shut up.
It was their first. It was their first. I'm pretty sure their first one-piece composite, and it was terrible.
Somebody find me one of those. I'm going to buy it.
Oh God. Yeah, I had it. It was it. If you thought the creature was bad,
Oh man, that's I didn't know that. That's crazy.
maybe. Yeah. What was it called? Man, this is gonna drive me nuts.
Huh? I had no clue they made a One Piece bat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some more Throwback Thursday content coming for you. I've actually got a couple more in the garage. Eric's son sent me one of the OG Synergies. That thing is going to be an absolute blast. I just know it. So I've got that, and then I've got. I feel like there might be one more out there, and I've got a Combat Combatant. I almost don't want to swing that one because it's got a little bit of a shark tooth going. But I think I'm going to send it anyway.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
You're looking for the One Piece Demerini.
no, yeah. No, but hot take. ASA combats were all trash except for the Lady Virus and the Derby Boy.
No, the antivirus is good too.
Well, yeah, I mean, okay. So the Lady Virus though, because it got banned, but the antivirus was good with 44 375s.
Yeah, it shits on 52s too.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, 50. It's all a matter of how you hit them, like how you can spin them with a 52 anyway. So it does really well with those. The one I've got is a 30 ounce, and just touch it. I'm trying to think. They made another ASA bat that was pretty good around that era, I want to say, but I can't think of what it was. But their ASA bats were definitely hit or miss there for a while. They had like the virus morphed, horrible.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was bad.
Then they had that gear afflicted. I hit baseballs with that thing to break it so I could get a return for it. And I got hosed even more on that deal because they sent me one of those reissued Rusty Bumgarner antiviruses. I'd rather have had the freaking gear afflicted.
Oh, yeah. I remember that one.
Horrible.
That one wasn't that bad.
Dude, that was terrible.
It wasn't as bad as the Afflicted.
Man, I don't know.
It could be a repaint. Someone could say that. I'd believe it.
Yeah, they just like filled in the gear things and just sent them back out. Oh man, that thing was so bad. I was in Alabama living down there at the time, and the guy that I was hitting with down there, we were like, dude, this bat sucks, like worse than bad. So we were at some indoor cages, so we just decided to step over to the 80-mile-an-hour baseball cage, and please don't misunderstand me when it makes it sound like I'm cranking 80-mile-an-hour fastballs. We didn't hit very many, so we were there for a while. But we got it done. We broke that thing hitting baseballs going 80 miles an hour. And it was just awful. Horrible bat. But I'm looking forward to swinging those things. That's going to be a lot of fun. I did the RevX this morning. Then, like I said, I've got the Synergy and the Combatant to go, and then I can dive into those. I'm getting ready to go on a big ASA bender, so that's going to work out really well. Because I can hit... So basically, when I do these bats like this, it works out because I can hit the ASA balls with the ASA bat, and then I can hit the hard stuff with the old stuff. And I've got about a 50-50 split, so it works out pretty well. So hopefully we're going to get some ASA content going soon. I've already got a handful of stuff posted, or I'm ready to post. Carl is just about done, for those that are wondering. I just want to try and get some current ASA bats to compare it to. It's kind of what I'm waiting on now.
Makes sense.
So,
but it seems like, well, would you say that the only thing you can really compare it to is the Anarchies?
So it was kind of a weird deal. I mean, I'll talk about it now. What the hell else are we doing? So I had the Bombardier, I guess is how people are telling me. No, Bombardier. Bombardier. That's how they tell me I'm supposed to say it. I didn't like it. And I don't know. It was really good one day. Or, I'm sorry, it was bad. It was like pretty blah one day. It was really good the next. And then it was blah again. And then it hits the ball well again. It was way too dependent on the temperature. I don't know if it had something to do with the floating inner barrel stuff that was in it. I'm not 100% sure. But Dustin Ray's brother, he was swinging it against you guys. Dustin Ray's brother has got a Monster Malefilis, is the name of it.
Okay.
I don't even know what Malefilis means. It sounds like some kind of like toothless dinosaur, but you know, I mean, it sounds like an animal, but not a threatening one. You know,
right.
So I'll be honest. That thing was pretty damn good. Now, to go on record and say, was it better than any ASA bat I've ever swung in my life? No. Was it just as good? Yeah. That's the big misconception with people when it comes to me and my feelings with Monster and all that stuff, is the misconception, like I say they suck, I say they're terrible. You can go back and look. I've never once ever said that the Monsters don't perform. You shouldn't have to pay what you do to get one. You shouldn't have to put up with the people to get one. And the hype makes resale value absolutely insane. And things like this Bombardier, it's good in one temperature and not the other. If it's cold outside, you can't swing it. It's just, dude, if I'm going to buy a bat, I want to swing it all the way around. I want to swing it year round. If I'm playing an ASA tournament in February, I want to swing it. But I can't because Carl said not to. You know,
I'll tell you what, the ASA balls, the condition of the balls that day for Show Me games seemed to be pretty dramatic. We had bought balls going before we even showed up, I think, or at the very beginning of the day, and towards the end of the day, they were not going anywhere, and we had to go buy new balls. I forget who it was. No, this was a different tournament. Same situation. The ball was just like poo-pooing throughout the day. I think those were Pro-Ms, which I know you say you like Pro-Ms. I like them early. I hate them at the end of the day because they suck in the heat.
Dude, nothing is worse than a Classic M in the heat. Absolutely not.
I'd rather hit a Classic M in the heat than a Pro-M in the heat.
Quit. I will eat a cheese pizza in your dugout next time I see you if you say that again. I know. The Classic M's in 95-degree heat, 95 and above, I would rather literally just take my socks off and roll them up and hit them. I mean, it's horrible. But the Pro-M is, in my opinion, significantly better in those types of conditions. We were at the Busch Classic, Busch Pepsi Classic, whatever the hell it is now. It's one or the other. It used to be the Busch Pepsi, and now it's just one, but I can't remember which. We were down there, and you hit their balls. They supply the balls. You have to buy them, but you have to hit their ball. Does that make sense? And they were making us hit Classic MZNs, and they were atrocious. I'm talking horrible. And then we go over to the park where the major is being held, and they're hitting Pro-Ms, and dude, it sounds like they're hitting stadium balls. So like, I don't know if you got a bad run of the Pro-Ms. I know there's other influencers that cannot stand the Pro-Ms as well. I don't understand it. I don't get why. But I think the Pro-Ms are great. Like, it's funny when me and Brian are out hitting. You probably heard us say it a couple times in the video, or maybe not. Like, it will just absolutely blow a Pro-M out of the park, and Brian and I will joke and say, "Stupid Pro-M." I mean, they're good balls in my opinion. Maybe Brian and I are just lucky. I don't know. But I will say though, in temperatures, like it's weird because to me the Pro-M is better in the heat, but the Classic M is honestly probably the best ball you can hit in super cold temperatures. Like anything from about like 60, 65 and below, I would just about rather hit a Classic M than any softball. Any unsanctioned. Classic M's are just insane when they get cold like that. Like when they have all those end of year tournaments and, like the Midnighters and stuff at BMAC when it gets cool at night. Nothing better than hitting a fresh Classic M on a cool night. I don't even know what got us on this tangent, really.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'm trying to find this DeMarini One Piece composite. I had to log into my old Photo Bucket account, which I couldn't remember the password. And
so your pictures didn't get deleted, just everybody else's?
No, they're not deleted.
You remember when all that happened?
When I got banned?
No.
I found a picture in here that says when I got banned. Because someone made a tombstone for me. Here lies snacks, banned from softball fans. Such and such date.
That had to be, who would that have to be? That had to be Stork or somebody, probably.
Yeah.
He was always...
As a tombstone says, snacks, loyal softball member wrongfully accused of being a dealer, April 2006 through September 2012 is my run on softball fans.
Bro, send that to me. We got to pull that up.
Yeah, that whole scenario was some BS.
Let's see.
While I was a rep at the time, I was not selling on softball fans.
My wife out here sending me freaking car ads while I'm trying to podcast. Let's see. So, close that. How have I not seen this? This is fantastic. So let's do the window capture again. Yeah, snacks. Loyal softball fans member wrongfully accused for being a dealer. I have nothing to lose on softball fans. I ought to go on there and post this.
I thought it got posted.
Oh, I'm sure it did. I'm just saying like a quick repost. Like who's still on there? I know Gio was pretty active on there. Gio, are you still on softball fans at all? Do you ever go on there?
Well,
I don't. I haven't logged in on there in probably a year. Maybe longer than that.
I haven't either. I just went on there to try to search the forum, which is hard to do from my phone, but to find that one piece bat. But yeah, shortly after that tombstone got posted, Double Bagel was back in action. The funniest was when my alias Double Bagel was fighting with Snacks.
That was on the St. Louis page, right?
Yes, it was on the St. Louis page. Like I was having an argument with myself to prove that they were separate people.
You are a clown. Oh, dude. So I remember this one time. I'm not going to use names because if you know, you know. And I don't care if who is listening. I know they're not listening. Somebody might pass it along to them, but I don't care. I'm not using names. But there was this person, and they used to play for this other person. And the first person, we're going to say person A, was basically invited to leave person B's team. So person A has this vendetta against person B. So person B signs their team up for a tournament out of state, questionably in a division they shouldn't have been in. And person A...
Up or down?
Oh, down. Totally down.
Okay.
If you knew who person B was, you would know.
Well, I'm putting the pieces together. I think I know now.
So, person A sees that person B has signed up in a division they don't need to be in, arguably need to be in, and starts spamming the boards on this local page where the tournament is taking place.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And it was like my first like super sleuth assignment on softball fans. So person B
grabbing IP addresses.
yeah. Person B sends me this IP address, and I was like, "Man, what do you want with this?" And he's like, "Can you look this up for me? Can you tell me who uses this?" It's like I can't search the IP address and give a name, but if you can give me a name, I can look up the IP address attached to the name. And it came back is person A, and person B found out. And it was great.
Oh yeah, especially since they were related.
I was gonna say,
by marriage.
Person A skipped a few family gatherings after that.
Yeah, it's funny. Those type of situations are funny to laugh at now. At the time, they certainly weren't funny, but people roster checking because names are spelled wrong. Stuff, just stupid stuff like that.
Man, where's Tyler McAllister when you need him?
Tyler with one L or two.
My name on the ASA roster this weekend was with one L.
Oh boy, I should call it out.
I meant to send it to him. I forgot all about that.
The pettiness of softball.
Oh, dude. Then, so speaking of, let's fill in the outsiders on, you know what? I'm not even sure I've got that story straight. The Busch Classic this year with the roster situation. You heard about that one, right?
I have not.
So there was a team that was playing with, if I get this correct, the team showed up with 8 players on their roster and 2 players that were not.
8 players on the roster, 2 players were not on the roster. Okay.
Right. And I'm sure I'm telling this story wrong, so forgive me. So they show up and they're down there playing, and this team is about to lose a game against the team that has 8 players on the roster and 2 that are not. So they're about to get run ruled in 5 innings, and the team that's losing pulls the roster check and wins by default, wins the game. All hell breaks loose. Somebody got punched through a fence.
Oh.
Things were getting spammed on Facebook. I mean, it got absolutely wild. And then the director takes pity on these people. Again, this is my version of the story. This is how I gathered the story. So the director of the tournament takes pity on the team that has 8 people on their roster and approves the 2 players to go play for the next game. And then that team had a player get kicked out in like the first inning and had to play basically the whole, or first or second inning, and had to play the game with 9 players and ended up losing it. What a shit way to spend a weekend. Like, man, like that's a tough go right there. That's a really tough go.
So my question is, do you have to get your rosters approved before you go down there? Because at least from my recollection, you have to have a certain amount of points, which helps with the seeding of that tournament going into the year. So how is your roster? Does your roster only have those 8 people, period? And then you added 2 more, or do they have a full roster, but only 8 of those people showed up, and correct, then 2 extras?
To my understanding, they had plenty of people on their roster, but they had people that couldn't go. So the 2 people that basically came to play were not on the roster.
Gotcha.
But that
I was just trying to figure out how the director could have caught this.
Yeah, right. So the crap part of the whole thing is they ended up letting them get added, and then lost a player from getting thrown out, and then the rest was just downhill from there. What a bad way to spend a weekend in Arkansas.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, damn. It's like, oh, we're done. What are we gonna go do now? I don't know. You're in fucking Arkansas, dude.
Well, yeah, depending on how far they had to travel.
I mean, yeah, coming from your area.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, whose team was this?
I don't know, but anyway. So why you gotta do that to me?
You do know.
Why you gotta do that to me?
Okay. You can tell me on separately. That's interesting. I did not find this out.
Are you serious? You missed all that on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got to get on PJ's page, bro. It was going down. Now everybody's gonna know, but I don't care. I don't know if I spelled that name right, but you know who I'm talking about.
You got it. I got you. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, it was going down on there. Somebody posted a video, somebody getting punched through a fence, and then they punched through the fence, and then the person that was, like, getting punched went to go after the person that punched through the fence, and the person ran away. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, man.
PJ was like, you ever seen anybody get throat punched through a fence? I mean, you know him. He's always willing to stir it up. But it was quite a good time. I don't quite understand why softball gets so serious that we got to do things like that. But at the same time, play within the rules you're given.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that every softball player has a certain level of asshole or douchebag or Hoosier, whatever, insert whatever poor quality you want in that person.
typical softball player.
Yeah, dirtbag. There's a certain level of dirtbag in every softball player.
Typical thing to do.
Right.
It's
not me, of course.
No. I'm wondering if maybe he's here and I can provoke him with that. But I've seen him play that card a couple of times, and it's just some of it's just knowing your situation too. Like, well, we talked about this. I think we talked about this at Show Me Games when there was a situation where you were playing a team that had 10 guys, and somebody got hurt and had to leave the game, like left in an ambulance, got hurt, and they were playing with 9 guys. Your pitcher sees the situation. He's kind of in a jam and realizes that person is coming up, so he walks 2 batters to get to the person that was gone for the out, and they all got mad at him. And like,
it's within the rules, man.
You're right. I mean, if
it happened unintentionally, you're going to be less upset.
You're right. So my favorite part of that whole situation was he's walking off the field with his helmet under his arm, and he just takes his finger and he goes, "Do I have fucking U-Trip rule book printed on my forehead?" And just went stomping off the field.
Hey, man, our first matchup in that tournament, that scenario was about to happen. For whatever reason, somebody let D-Ray run the bases, and he didn't need to be because he was going to be coming up in 2 batters.
Damn it, D-Ray. You know what? D-Ray's on the road. I hope he's listening to this. Shit.
Me, Kevin, and Ronnie were just both looking at each other, and then they started talking about that, and then I realized what was going on. I was like, oh, shit.
So somebody in our dugout was like, well, I don't think they realized what was going on anyway. I said, my ass.
Well, no, we knew exactly what was happening.
I can tell you, just because I know Roach well enough, like, that dude's situational IQ as a coach and as a player is like unbelievable. I mean, just incredible.
Him and Ronnie both, because they've done that. They did that at E Nationals in Iowa one year.
Yeah, he was telling me about
I believe that was the term I was talking to you about. Is like I think Ronnie was pitching, and he realized where the out was, and said, "Walk him, we win." Just walked off the field.
That's tough. But like you said, I mean, so if he doesn't say walk him, Ronnie stands there.
You can do it unintentionally.
Yeah, Ronnie stands there and throws, 4 pitches, or I guess 12 pitches 9 pitches. 9 pitches in a row, 60 feet high.
Right.
What's the difference?
Right.
I feel like the walk him, we win is better than throwing 9 pitches that aren't even close. Like obvious what you're doing. I feel like, I feel like that's insult to injury at that point.
Right. But, plus, that kind of gives them an opportunity. Someone's going to swing at something.
Trust me. They're not swinging anything I'm throwing. I'll roll them in there. I mean, so, yeah, that was go ahead.
But I was going to say, it's just funny because I remember telling you that story, and then that situation almost came up in our first game. The Show Me Games. I was like, this is too crazy. I can't believe this is happening.
Well, see, and the crazy part of that is the pressure was on PJ because PJ had to get a hit and D-Ray had to score.
Right. And D-Ray was at first.
Yeah, D-Ray was at first. So I think I talked about this in the last podcast. Just in case I didn't, we're going to catch everybody up here. So my 10th batter, my 11th, I was batting 12. So my 11th batter gets on base. And he's standing on first base, and then my 12th batter makes an out. Then the decision is made for someone to go run for the man that is on first base, and my runner, by the time I turned around to find a runner, and I turned around and I looked, my guy that's sitting in the 3-hole is standing on first base, and there's 1 out. And
so it has to be in the gap, and he has to be able to score.
Yeah, so my leadoff guy has no choice other than to hit a ball into a gap so that man can score, or, the game is basically he had 2 things he had to do. He had to either hit a gap so he could score, or he had to at least not make an out, because in that situation, you walk somebody to get to D-Ray's position for the out, then there's still only 2 outs. So there's still an opportunity to score there. But here's the question too. I just thought of this. If that situation comes up, does he leave? Say D-Ray's on third base if that situation comes up, and his position comes up in the order. Does he stay on third base?
Follow.
Huh?
I don't follow.
So if PJ gets a hit into the gap,
and
there's one
D-Ray
out.
gets stuck at third.
D-Ray gets stuck at third, and then they walk whoever had hit in the two hole to get to D-Ray.
If we walk the 2-hole on base, D-Ray's up next. He's standing on third. It's an out.
Right, but I'm saying
there was 2 outs though.
No, there's only 1 out.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because
Nick led off the inning. Nick led off the inning, and then Q made an out behind him. So there was 1 out when PJ came to bat. Because that's why PJ hit a pop fly to the shortstop, and everybody's like, D-Ray, go back. And he's like, I can't. I can't. It doesn't matter if I go back or not. I'm out.
Right.
There's only 1 out. But my question is, if D-Ray is occupying third base when his position in the order comes up, does he still keep third base and take the out?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's I mean, so Mitchell says
he'd be an out as a batter, but he'd still be a runner.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
Could be. Who knows? The rules could be different.
Sure.
Like he's out of the game completely.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I never thought about that. I mean, no, I guess not really, because why would you make him take the out and then not hit either?
Right. No. He would still. The game would be over. Like, I don't think he would get another at bat.
There was only 1 out.
No. The potential for the game to be over because he would not potentially get another at bat since being the 3-hitter. You'd have to go through the whole lineup again.
Oh, right.
And at that point, you're at a chance to win the game.
Right. Yeah. So how it would have worked out is they would have walked. Who did I have in the 2-hole? Whoever it was. They would have walked to load the bases. If PJ would have got a hit, it would have been, say, second and third. They walked the second batter. Yeah, Shimmer. So they would have walked Shimmer, which would have put him on first base, loads the bases with 1 out. The D-Ray takes the out in the 3-hole, and then the 4-hole would have came up to hit behind him. So, I mean, there was still potential to win the game. But regardless of the fact that the second that D-Ray's foot touched that bag, the wheels were turning in Kevin Roach's mind. It's just insane. Like, nobody had to say a word. Nobody had to say a word because he's already thinking. He told me. He's like, I was already thinking about where he was at in the lineup, like thinking about what I was going to do. Like, he said he planned on walking him.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to. Damn, what a deal. Which, by the way, my thumb is still screwed up like a football bat from that deal.
That's not good.
No, but it's all good. I mean, I got another one. I think it's obviously it's not broke. I've been hitting, but I think it's just like a really bad bone bruise.
Yeah.
'Cause, dude, the joint hurts bad. Like, I can use it, I can bend it a little bit. I have like not very much range of motion in it, but I remember that day I thought for sure it was broke. Like, my last 2 or 3 at bats in the last couple innings I went out to take the field, I had to have Dan put my glove on my hand and put my batting glove on my hand. I couldn't pull it onto my hand.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a bad situation.
Maybe it triggered some arthritis.
I mean, it seriously, it might have. Give me an old cortisone shot.
Those are temporary.
I mean, you get them every day. That's what the athletes do.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're temporary though.
Oh well, sometimes
they last a couple weeks.
Well, sometimes it helps it go away. Like the orthopedic surgeon said, I have arthritis in my shoulder, and it doesn't hurt anymore. It doesn't mean it's gonna not come back.
True.
But it is what it is.
I should get that in my knee.
You should. But while we're here, I do want to say, by the way, it was a unanimous decision for you to come on the podcast today.
It was rigged.
No,
So
I don't know how.
The two options were yes. So with the fact I looked at it and you sent it to me and it said 84% yes, 17% yes. And I was like, I feel like this is a trick. Those 17% put their vote there because they knew that was a no.
So I'm pulling it up for the kids here to look. I don't know that they were necessarily saying it was a no. Maybe everybody just bandwagoned with the yes.
Well, it was when I voted, there was only one vote, and it said so. It was 50% or 100%.
Oh, so
yes, and I switched it and made it 50-50.
So you're the one vote that's the 13% down here. That's you.
We should ask the people, since I suggested that you start doing these poll questions. Do the rest of the people, the viewers, like this? I think it's good to engage whenever you don't have a video out. You could post a question of like, hey, I have these bats. Which one would you like to see first?
Okay, yeah. So on topic of that, yeah, that is kind of what sparked all that. So Snacks and I have been kind of discussing. I really enjoy the fact that you and I can like sit and like kind of talk shop a little bit. I mean, you've got your YouTube cooking channel, and I've got my softball channel. But in all seriousness, like you and I can talk shop. Like you're good at giving feedback. Sometimes I need the feedback. Like I don't get a lot of feedback from people, so sometimes I'm just kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. And
now you're gonna get too much.
No, I don't think so at all. But you and I get on the topic of that, and I'm always open for feedback.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, man, I would like some more feedback, and you said say no more, and just started kind of pouring it on. And one of your ideas was doing things like polls and stuff like that. Like I guess I just didn't think that like I had enough. I mean, please don't many of my loyal viewers, please don't take this wrong, but like I just didn't think I had enough like viewer engagement for stuff like that to be relevant. I mean, they had 62 votes on it, so I mean that's enough to be relevant for sure.
Yeah,
but I guess I just never really took into consideration that things like that would still go over well. So when Snacks messaged me and he says, "Hey," he says, you still haven't posted a poll. Where's the poll at? So I said, say no more. and posted that one. But I like that moving forward. That's why it was kind of the idea and the inspiration behind the Facebook post this morning. Just like trying to get some OG stuff out there. I'm trying to find a picture. It's kind of funny. I've got this Jeff Hall 120 down here. I want to say I've got a picture of me swinging one of those somewhere. If not, the next oldest bat would be the Craze. So I've got stuff to post. You posted yours, which was what, the SY100?
No. Someone else posted that. I commented on it.
Right, but
someone said
yours was an Easton too, right?
No. Mine was the OG Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Which I actually still have right here next to me. When I broke it, I cut it off and then turned it into a weight bat.
So is that the same one that Randy had in his picture?
No, he had the Stadium 2.
Sorry, Taco Bell lady?
Yeah, he had the Stadium 2, the white one that came after, which I hated that stadium.
I the love-hate relationship with the stadiums. Like, there would be times where I would just hit a ball over the moon with it, and then there was times where I felt like I couldn't get a hit with it if I was hitting off a tee.
Yeah. The original stadium, the gray one, was by far the best in my opinion. People like to say that black one that had the neon green lettering, or the gray with the pink. I never swung those two, but the OG one was a tank. The
pink and gray CL22?
Yeah. Not that one. That's one of them. I'm talking about the original one was a tank.
Yeah. But you were talking about
that was the Flippin' Larson one.
Yeah.
The Philby.
Rocket launcher, dude. I mean, absolute rocket launcher. I mean, it's like, honestly, for me, it's right up there with the Larry Carter.
Oh, man.
Oh.
If we could get one of those for Throwback Thursdays.
Hey, okay, fine.
Speaking of another bat that's on eBay for an insane amount of price.
One of those stadiums?
No, the Larry Carter that I showed you.
Oh, yeah.
Someone was trying to sell that for like $300.
So, all right. All 200 viewers that I'm going to get on this podcast, you guys have got a job. We have to find
the black Larry Carter, the black DeMarini Larry Carter.
U-Trip version, not the senior.
No, not the senior.
The black U-Trip Larry Carter in anything, the heavier the better, really. and then I need to get my hands on that one-piece DeMarini. I have to find one.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to find one of those.
So that's your job, chat. By next week, follow up with what you got. There's something that's not going to break the bank, by the way. We got to stay affordable here. But
under $150.
Maybe for the two.
Yeah.
So anyway,
even if you have one stashed in a closet, let's do a video.
Yeah. I'll send you a hat so we can try it out.
The Larry Carter, I think you liked it the most because it was probably the closest to combat feeling DeMarini. It was so soft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it felt like butter, man. That thing was a rocket launcher.
Yeah. That's Eric. So so the Black LC by Anaconda. That's the one. It was the Anaconda exclusive.
Yeah. Man, I love that bat.
Oh yeah, that's like the first DeMarini that I was like, maybe DeMarinis don't suck. It's like if it was kind of the thing, like if you're a combat guy back in the day, you can't like combat and like DeMarini at the same time. I mean, you just can't do that. It's not allowed.
Well, true. And then like back in the day, DeMarini, their ASA stuff was better in comparison to other ASAs than their U-trips were in comparison to other U-trips. Like their U-trip game, they just weren't top tier back then. Whereas their ASA stuff was top tier.
Right. Yeah, I mean their U-trip stuff was kind of like okay for a while. And dude, now honestly, I feel like their U-trip stuff.
The opposite.
Yeah, their and that's not taking anything away from their ASA stuff. Their U-trip stuff is just that good.
No, their ASA stuff has always been. I don't think it's changed. But I'll put it that way.
Yeah,
it's been good. It's been good consistently. There are others that have been performing a little better. Some have been catching up. Like I think Worth and Mikan have caught up because they have adopted a similar technology from the Monsters. It's not the same technology, but they've adopted it, a similar technology. So their stuff is really good. I have that Easton the Worth EST that you have BP, the 2019 one.
Speaking of which, I have the balanced Cobra Jet coming as well.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
So maybe we can get our hands on the Larry Carter, and then you can make it out for a BP sesh. That'd be dope.
Nobody wants to see that. I do complain. You need more lefties on the channel.
See, or you could just be as good at hitting backside as Adam is, and
I was gonna say at least Adam's putting out backside videos.
Dude, that backside swing is dirty. Like, that dude comes to the plate. I'm throwing him about 18 feet high and on his hands, and he's probably still going to hit it over there.
I think I like his backside swing better than his full one.
Dude, he was just hit. That was a good video. I'm going to have to try that sometime. I look like an idiot trying to hit backside, but I've got to at least give it a try for the content.
I like it because it's functional BP. It's your BP with a purpose, I should say. Yeah. It just doesn't turn out to be home run derby BP, which can get boring.
Oh yeah,
like it's great for people that want to see how far you can hit a ball, but it's not realistically. It's not what batting practice is intended for.
No, there's more to a measure of a bat than how far it can hit a ball, and that's kind of like always been my thing with it is like, what can this bat do for me that bat can't in a round where I'm trying to be productive? Mm-hmm. Like if it was say a deal where I'm trying to have a home run round and I'm doing it with a balanced bat. Well, of course I'm going to hate that. So, it's a deal where you know your situation. I'm not going to take a home run exclusive round with a balanced bat. If I had something in load, maybe I might. But even then, like, it's not a good measure of anything because, like, other than hitting the ball far, how can I control it? So,
right.
I know I've gotten a lot of pushback on that in past. I don't know. Numbers are weird. We're not going to dive down that road in this podcast. But I haven't had an influx of trolls in quite a while. People that say, well, all you need to do is hit for distance. You're a fat guy. Why are you not hitting the ball over the fence? Whatever. But one thing that I've always tried to do is take a round of BP with a bat, no different than I would approach a game situation. Because, like, say the inload is too much, then I know that, like, it's uncontrollable. I'm going to mention that. Say the balance bat feels more like a mid-load. That's really going to wreak havoc with me. I'm going to mention that. It's things like that I feel like make a big difference. And I'm going to tinfoil hat theory you just a little bit here. I should have ordered the in-loaded model as well. I feel like the balanced Worth and Mikan ASA bats are better than their inloads.
You're not the first person that has said that.
I don't know why that is. I have a small idea, but I can't be 100% sure. But I think it has to do with the mass in the barrel making the ASA Tech flex too much.
Could be, yeah.
Because their balance stuff is just on another level. In my personal opinion, like it's still good. Like, yes, and I understand. I had the Creature at number 2 last year, but that's a half ounce of inload. If you know me at all, you know that, like, if I can drag it like a caveman club, I'm gonna like it because it's got that much inload in it. But
you know what's funny is I going down that, looking at the Creature and looking at the new stuff. Like, so on paper, they're essentially the same bat, but for whatever reason, the end load on the Creature makes it a lot hotter than the balanced. Like, it's going opposite of what you just said, but it doesn't have the taper rubber that the new ones have and the 2019s had.
Mm-hmm.
The Creature doesn't have that. It's a shorter barrel, obviously. So I don't know. There's something to it, but it's the same. It's the same CF 100, I think, composite. It's the Flex 50 handle. It's essentially the same bat, but for whatever reason, it performs quite a bit better. I don't want to say, I don't want to hype it up any more than it already is, but the Creatures perform quite a bit better than the other ones. The unloaded, the new mock, the balance, the ESTs. You know what I mean? So it's just weird. But I do think there's something to it. Like you're saying, it's almost like 80% swings with this new tech and with the monster tech end up being better than a full, swing out of your shoes.
Yeah, and I think that maybe that's where the balance bat kind of bails you out in that regard. Is you can swing harder because the weight of the inload isn't going to make the tech work as hard. Like if you're absolutely cutting loose, and if the inload is going to make the tech maybe not perform as well in certain situations, and then you're swinging that much harder as well, it's just going to work against it even more. But like I said, I don't know. I'm an idiot. I make.
It's the tinfoil thing. It's almost like the DeMarinis didn't have 28s or 30s because they couldn't get them to pass.
Bro, I think
with the MOI.
To that, though.
I think there is too.
I 100% think there's something to that. I think that's another reason why.
So what's the highest weight that Monster goes up to? Do they make 28s?
Somebody's going to have to answer that. I don't know. But I know that that's why their light stuff is really popular. And to be fair, their bats swing heavy. This Bombardier thing, if I had it to do over again, I would have gotten a 26.
Yeah.
But
don't the Anarchy swing heavy too?
They have in years past. This year's don't. So Leaf Nemo was affiliated with, I believe, the owner of ASP. And when he sold ASP, I think he's kind of partnered up with Smash It Sports and is kind of overseeing the Anarchy brand. And
you should show that video.
Let's see. Can I get that pulled up? Did I send it to you on Messenger?
Yes, you did.
Okay, let me see if I can find it real quick.
But finish your story.
Yeah, sorry, squirrel.
That's my fault.
So they have reworked their weighting. To my understanding, they've reworked their weighting, and they have moved to different handles, like a stiffer handle, which is more or less feedback and sound type stuff. But the weighting, they have reworked their weighting. Everything from Anarchy used to swing heavy, especially their U-Trip stuff. But this stuff is actually swinging light. It's kind of surprising. But this stuff is actually swinging light. But it's still really good. Like the last year's 22 a day that Eric sent us in a 26 ounce felt juicy. I mean, just heavy. But
yeah, so you haven't posted that video yet, but I have the pleasure of seeing it. The Anarchy stuff makes me really interested. I really want to get one. There's a guy in our league that swings the Bud Light one, or it was the Budweiser one of the two. And then he had all the smoke one time, the all black one.
Uh-huh.
And he can hit with anything, don't get me wrong, but it feels great. I've swung them a few times. They feel great. But those were the early ones, and they felt a little heavier than they should be. Maybe it's just the end load. Like, it was a 26, and it felt like a 28 because the end load was so pronounced.
Yeah, and I think, and that's the difference, too, in their tech. So their tech, I've noticed this as well, if the tech handles
X-Core.
44, if the tech handles 44s well, the heavier it is, the better it is.
Right.
I have noticed that because there's been years past where other companies have made ASA bats that have inner barrel tech, and the heavier they are, the better they are, as long as they can handle the 44s. So that
essentially all their ASA stuff is the same thing, right? They're all X-cores, so they're essentially all the same bat.
So they make a handful of LC bats, but I think they only come in 25 ounce.
Okay. I saw an ASA Odin for sale for $150, and I'm thinking about jumping on it.
Yeah, they're nice. I mean, if you want me to be genuinely honest with you, I mean, we're sitting here having a conversation they just happen to be listening to. But I'm going balanced DST before I'm going Odin. I'll tell you that. But the Odin is nice. Don't get me wrong.
I don't need another. Trust me, I don't need a reason to get another ASA bat. I got one. It's fine. It's not 100% broken in yet, and it's just getting to the good part. So
right.
I don't need to get anything. I just got another Easton, the Fab 4, and I don't technically need it because I have the 2017 Baker and an ST100 still.
Right.
And I have the BP Hero Pure, which
you do.
Unfortunately, I don't swing.
Yeah, I don't swing mine
because the weighting is completely different than the Eastons.
Yeah, I've had a love-hate relationship with the heavier integrities here lately. The lighter they are, the better they seem to be. So I've got to find something like in between. But anyway,
and my balance isn't really balanced.
Right. So hopefully Nemo doesn't kill me for sharing this. He sent this to me. It was actually 2 different clips that I made into one because this is, pardon my French, this is fucking impressive. So I just know through the grapevine that I actually think he might be on YouTube a couple of different places, swinging left-handed as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
I think with that blue and red and yellow ASP bat came out. I think he had a video where he was swinging both sides of the plate too.
Dude, it's incredible. Here, I'm gonna play this real quick. Hopefully, if you see this and you didn't want me to share it, I'm really sorry, but this is fucking impressive. People need to see this. Oh, I gotta turn the sound on. Dude over here going 400 feet, left-handed. And then comes back and does it right-handed. That's just unreal. That is just insane. Like, I don't know if people can hit from both sides of the plate. Brian, if you're still in here, I am kind of talking to you a little bit. Brian is actually really good from the left side. He's just going to beat a ball down the line, but he's actually really good from the left side. It's kind of funny. But to be that powerful and like obviously somewhat consistent from your offhand side of the plate is just beyond impressive to me. I told my wife, I said, we're going to teach you to hit right-handed, and then I need you to do that from both sides. And she just kind of looked at me funny. Let's see. Catching up with chat here real quick. I was going to say, so anyway, we still haven't got to it. I keep meaning to get to it. We keep getting distracted. This is a long podcast. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So, real quick, before we go, Snacks, what grinds your gears?
Man, it's such a loaded question. Let's go to my favorite of all time. Flex on bats.
Okay, lay it on me.
It's like saying smooth when you're talking about whiskey. It's such a loaded term.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't mean what you think it means.
Yeah, you say, ooh, that's smooth, as you can feel
that's
it
smooth.
burning all the way down.
And this might bring out the snob in me, but I'm not really a whiskey snob. I do enjoy a good whiskey, but I'm also, people say I'm a beer snob because I get the expensive stuff, the heavy, high alcohol stuff, all that stuff. But anyway, when you say flex on a bat, and you say, I don't like because it's flexing, be more descriptive, because A, you are not strong enough to make a bat flex on your swing. I don't care what you say. It's not possible. I have it on good authority. Someone at a manufacturer has done slow motion videos and tested it. The bat does not flex prior to contact. It's not going to happen. Now, when you talk about flex, you should be talking about feedback.
Yes.
That's what people don't talk about. So if you don't like the flex, if you say, oh, I don't like this DeMarini, it flexes too much, or it's too whippy, that's based on the feedback you're getting, not that it's flexing before contact.
DeMarini juice.
The juice.
No,
you know what? If you want
that
to
one might have flex.
I can get you a juice. I have a friend that has one.
That one might have flex before contact. I'm just saying.
It doesn't. It doesn't. This is impossible. You are not strong enough to make it flex prior to contact.
Dude, that thing. Like,
if anybody says that to you, I'm walking away from a conversation.
You're gonna go eat bone-in wings in my dugout. So that was my number one rant with DeMarinis for the longest time. Was like how just like whippy their handles were, and it was kind of funny because my wife, like I still hated DeMarini at the time, but she got the DeMarini Juggy OTC. Mm-hmm. Which is another one I'd like to do a Throwback Thursday video on.
I saw one of those on eBay recently too.
Oh yeah. So it's Tony. Oh, Tony Wales, what are you doing, Tony Wales? So yeah, because Tony knows what bat I'm talking about too. We got a friend named John. Yeah, we got a friend named John. He's got the juice that we were talking about. But he still got that damn thing. But anyway, so the juice and then the OTC. She got this OTC, and it had like the clutched end cap that had like the ribs that stuck up on it.
Yeah.
And if you just like waved it through the breeze, you could like you had a bit of a breeze blowing. If you waved it just right into the breeze, you could literally feel it flutter in your hands.
It's the feedback.
No.
You do not feel flex prior to contact. It's impossible.
No, I'm not saying the bat like you can see it flexing in your hand. The feedback, you feel the wind catching the end cap. You follow me? No.
No, that's the same thing.
What do you mean it's the same thing?
That's drag, not whippy.
No, I'm not saying it's whippy. I'm just saying I'm just saying that the handle has enough give in it to where you can feel it flex against the wind when you're throwing it through the wind.
No.
Then what am I?
The only time that's feedback.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's okay.
No. So
is the feedback not from the flex?
Contact, no. So if you're saying you get a weird feeling from swing, and you attribute that to flex, that's drag. That has nothing to do with flex.
You know what? I can't deal with you right now. I just asked the chat. I mean, should we mute you? I mean,
I'll hang up right now.
So, like,
I gotta go deny these claims.
Yeah, typical insurance guy. So, no, like, we're meaning the same thing, but in different terms. Like the feedback, okay, whatever you want to call it. I'm not saying that I can visibly, if I look down while the bat was doing that, I can see it flexing. That's not what I'm saying. And maybe my use of the term flutter was not a good term to use there, because that would indicate that the bat is in fact like wiggling in my hand. Whatever it is, I feel feedback in the bat when it waves through the breeze.
But it's not. So that's caused by the drag. It's not caused by any flexing of the bat.
So you're saying that bat would do that no matter what handle was on it? If it had that end cap on it, it would do that?
Possibly. But the bat itself is not flexing during your swing at all.
No, I'm not arguing that.
Okay. But I'm saying that's when people talk about, especially DeMarinis, about a bat being whippy or flexy, they say it in a way that makes it seem as though they can swing a bat 1,000,000 miles an hour and they feel it flex.
Thank you, Jim Wilson.
The bat head is lagging behind the rest of the bat, and that's not happening. And then they'll do a slow motion video where it shows that, and that's because the frame rate is terrible, and it actually shows what they're describing when it's inaccurate. But the only time you're going to feel a bat flex is on contact.
So that stuff, real quick side note, because we're not going to fit. We're not done with this argument. So one thing I used to hate when people used to take when pictures on your phone first started, you could put them on Facebook from your phone, and everybody's pictures from their phones looked like they were taken with a fucking potato. And like you could see like all of these like crazy looking pictures where people's bats are like looks like they're like flexing around the ball, or like their fucking bat heads like behind them when they're going to make contact. And like how that happens is, I'm going to science you here for just a minute because I know this about cameras. How that happens is the camera takes the picture from left to right or vice versa. I do believe that different cameras take pictures different styles, but it starts on one side and works its way to the other when it captures the picture. And
you're talking about shutter speed.
Well, that's what I'm getting there. If the shutter speed is not fast enough, then it's capturing one part of the bat in the swing, and because the shutter speed isn't fast enough, it captures the bat at a different part in the swing, giving it the illusion that it is flexed.
Of a lag. Right.
Yes. Yeah, so like that is what a DeMarini juice would look like if I swung it before I hit a ball.
Right.
I'm just playing.
Right. Which is, so you would use the technology that is old to illustrate something that you think is happening and is actually not happening.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Listen to me. Of camera technology, why is it that every video of Bigfoot looks like it was taken from a potato camera?
Looks like it was taken with the same camera that somebody took their softball picture with.
Right. Such poor quality, yet camera technology has advanced way beyond that, but we still get UFO videos and Bigfoot videos that look like they were taken from a potato.
I love this question. And Eric's son, real quick, Eric's son is right. This podcast is going off the rails.
That's what makes it fun.
We have officially derailed, and we're in the ditch. The cars are still coming around the curve and piling up behind us. I mean,
well, the good thing is this podcast will never be saved. So as soon as it's off, it's gone.
Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and delete this one. I'm going to Men in Black Blinky thing this right when I go to close the video. Brian Fisk says his name is Daryl, not Bigfoot.
Daryl.
So anyway, back to this argument of the flex thing with the OTC and the handle and the wind and the feedback. And so maybe Jim Wilson's got the right word here. Resistance.
Which is what I said, drag.
Right. But the drag causes feedback through the handle.
Okay, fine. But it's not flexing.
That's what I've been trying to say. It's like I said, like we were in the same book, on the same page. We were just on different paragraphs.
Okay, great. Okay, let's move on from that. But my point is, people say
we're not
things
moving.
like,
Stop. We're not moving on from that. If you say, but my point is, we're not moving on. You want me to stop talking so you can talk?
No, I agree with you. The point of my argument is people use descripting words such as whippy or flexy when they feel what you're describing, and it's wrong.
Yes. I'll agree with that. So when I say, I do use this word in my podcast, so hang up if you want. But I do say flexy. But when I'm using the word flexy, I'm talking flexy on contact.
Good. That's how you should describe it.
Yeah. Or like, I am guilty of using the word whippy at times, but it's not like because the bat is whipping like a lasso. It just feels like the bat almost feels like a whip in your hands on contact if you miss. That was the thing that used to drive me nuts about juggies was, dude, I'm telling you, like, find a video of a doorstop and flick it. Doing. That's what it felt like in my hand sometimes. But I think what started my love affair. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, you are correct. On contact. So, I think what started my love affair with the juggies though is when ASA went to the 52.
Yeah, it didn't apply as much force to make it give you that feeling.
Right. Correct. The ball is
which
so
is weird because
forgiving.
the ball still weighs the same,
right?
But the core comes off the bat quicker.
Yeah, I think it's because it gets off the bat quicker and the outside of the ball is softer, so it doesn't impact the bat as hard. I mean, we're talking big science here, but that's why it's kind of funny. So Brian and I have been hitting all these 240s, and it's funny because like we'll hit a bat with 52s. Like when we were initially breaking them in with 52s, just to kind of figure out what we were dealing with. Like, we would be like, damn, this thing, like, feels good. Like you know, and then we'd hit a hard ball with it, and it's like, wow, this sucks.
Yeah. I think, so, I don't want to plug other, I don't care if you, well, maybe you tell me if you want to plug other channels, but recently, a couple of new 240s have been shown that are one pieces, and the feedback or what people have been saying is that with these Pro M's, the stiffer one piece seems to be performing better.
That's always been a thing. I've said that before.
Yeah.
I said that before because I was watching the Major World Series broadcast one year, and Don Cooper actually said that a one-piece bat will always test higher because you're not losing power at the flex of the connection. Because here's another.
When you say test higher, you're talking about batted ball speed?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Because here's another thing that gets me with flexi bat handles, is when people say, like in theory, basically the flexi handle catches the ball and slingshots it off the bat. That one triggers me every time.
Yeah.
Like more than.
It's like a tennis racket.
You're right. No, it's not.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know, but it's just like it triggered me that bad. It just kind of came out. I didn't realize I was going to say that.
It gives a softer feel.
It gives a softer feel, but people are like, "Oh yeah, the flexi handle, you can really,
or it deadens negative feedback."
Yeah, you can feel the ball trampoline off the bat with this thing because of that flexi handle. The handle helps the trampoline effect. No, it actually doesn't.
It just reduces harsh feedback.
Correct. Which is why I think I'll never know the truth of this, but these Louisvilles that I've got in here that are probably going to end up 1 and 2 for 2021, they genuinely feel like Z1000 barrels, but instead of going with like the big long like heavy taper, they've gone with a different handle, and I think the different handle is what's giving it different feedback. Because they feel really good. Like sometimes the Z's can be a little unforgiving, and I understand that these aren't Z's; these are Ginny and Genesis. But
right.
The Louisvilles in general can have a really stiff feel to them at times, and can still burn your hands if you just absolutely miss. But these things, like it almost feels like a really tight, like Werther mic. It almost feels like a Werther mic with an alloy handle. If you've ever swung any of those, but man, it's. They're good. I genuinely think that. What the hell? Oh, sorry. Squirrel chat. I can't read the chat and talk. I genuinely think that they took their 220 barrels, slapped a different handle on it, and rolled them out the door. And if they did, great, because they're fucking great. Those are really good bats.
Yeah, they're red. I mean, I've said the Red Genesis a few times every time I've been on here. It again sounds terrible, but it hits the ball really good.
Louisville's got it figured out, man. They really do. That's what Gio said too. Gio said the Red Genesis is fire. He must have had one too.
Yeah, it's good. It just sounds terrible. I'm here for the one piece comeback.
Dude, me too. I hit the one piece Anarchy 240 13 inloaded. Mm-hmm. Dude, whoa. It's a combination because here's what's unique to me about different like. Here's where I'm going to tinfoil hat theory you again. I think the flex in the handle makes a difference in how the bat sounds.
Absolutely.
Whatever you want to call it, the flex, the flexiness, the forgiveness, we can use whatever word we want. Mm-hmm. It makes a difference in how the bat sounds. And this one-piece bat sounds like you're hitting baseballs with a bamboo bat. I mean, it sounds like two bamboo sticks. Oh, yeah. Dude, it's nuts. It's just absolutely crazy. So I'm here for the one piece feedback as well. I'm here for the one piece comeback. Obviously, I'm a Pure fan. I really like the Pures. The Genesis, really like the Genesis. I've been a Wegman fan in the past. I tell you what, if I could find a 100W that wouldn't cost me my firstborn. I mean, if it was costing me my secondborn, joke's on them. They'll send me the bat and then they'll send her back because she'll be talking all the way there and back. But
yeah, the whole 2012 line was really good.
Yeah, if I could find a 100W, dude, I would just about get
or
down.
Or that's why.
I can't do the balance thing.
Yeah,
I'm just a chump, I guess. I don't know what the deal is, but what the deal is right now, is it's 11:42. You've got work to do. You've got claims to go deny because you're an insurance agent.
I don't actually touch the claims.
But you still deny them.
No.
Oh, sorry. You tell people to deny them. Sorry.
No. I'm not in that part of the business.
But it sounds better that way.
It does. That's why I make that joke, because that's all they say. Oh, you work for an insurance company? Oh, I bet you just like to deny claims.
What's it to you? So I got to get off here because I got to go to bed. I'm an idiot, and I agreed to play 3 games of league softball tonight.
And it's going to be 97 degrees.
Gross. So I agreed to play. We had 6:15 is when my team plays. And then Spencer is out of town. He's playing in the duel in, what is that, Indiana this weekend?
Mm.
He's playing in the duel out there. Actually, they drew Siteman first game. 2 local teams ended up drawing each other at a freaking duel. Figure that out.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen in Kansas City too?
Might have. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
Well, we got U-Trip State this weekend.
what are you going to do?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're going to swing hard in case you hit it, damn it.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Haven't you watched any videos? So anyway, I got to go fill in.
I'm
for
gonna keep
Spencer.
swinging it.
Yeah. Keep swinging. I see you. Adam's smiling somewhere. I know he is. So I got a pitch for Spencer's team. It's 7:15, and then a guy messaged me. He's like, "Hey JD, like you trying to play tonight at 8:15?" I was like, "Well, I'm already gonna be there. I'm not going back home. Why not?" So here I am, going to go out here and sweat to death, pitching 3 games of softball. Show up looking like Shimmer when I get back from work in the morning. Turn sideways and they'll lose me.
Yeah, you're gonna sweat. It's supposed to be a hot one.
Love that. So this was a fun one. Eric said this was one for the ages, and it might have been.
Almost 2 hours.
in time and in banter. What an adventure. But thanks, my friend, for being extra grumpy and still showing up.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I was kind of in the same boat, and my day's a little better. Now I'm all wound up, so now I'm not going to be able to fall asleep. but it's all good. So thanks for stopping in, my friend. Thanks to everybody else for stopping in, checking out the podcast. We're going to be live again next Thursday at 10 o'clock. Maybe we'll have another yes and yes poll for snacks. And swing hard in case you hit it. BP Hero. We'll catch you next time.